company, iHeartMedia Incorporated.
Statements made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom. Let's Talk Nutrition is a health talk show that features scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, and experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Listen for a chance to win daily prizes and follow Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition or on Twitter at LTN Radio. It's time for some inspiration. Tune in to get fit and healthy. It's time to talk about nutrition. Nutrition for your body, your mind, your spirit. It's time to talk about proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, and supplementation to help. Get ready to take charge of your health because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition with Dr. Michael Garko. Welcome to the show.
And welcome to the show. Thanks for tuning in to Let's Talk Nutrition. We are around the corner, around the country, and around the world. Glad you could find your way to the show. And even if you got here by accident, you're fumbling with the radio, that's okay too.
Welcome.
That's right. You got to the wrong house, you knocked on the door, I'll still invite you in. It's okay. Come on in. I'll make you an espresso. I got a nice machine. Oh, my goodness. So here we are, and there you are. It's, we live our lives. And most of it's left, we live it thinking that we are safe, right? You get up every day. What I mean by that is this. Of course, if you're living in the Middle East in a war-torn country, you don't wake up that way. Syria, wherever, where people are slaughtered daily, right? Die. But we get up and we go to work, we go to school, we go here, we do this, we do that, we live our lives. We work on our farm, we work at whatever our job is, wherever it might be. And then one day we wake up and we're sick. And your doctor says to you, you have cancer, for example. And up to that point, you would have no reason to ever believe that you could get sick like that. Nobody in your family has cancer. You're relatively young. You're healthy, relatively speaking, relatively young. And you wonder what happened. This goes on all the time. And what happens is that, and you may discover it and you may figure it out or you may not, but oftentimes what happens is that you were exposed to something early in your life. And decades later, you're now diagnosed with cancer. Well, this is exactly the case with Merle Hodge. Merle Hodge is a former running back for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he was a war veteran, a Vietnam veteran. They say courageous, as I understand it. He's a commentator for ESPN. I don't know if he's still there or not. But Merle Hodge is suing Monsanto, or Bayer. Bayer bought Monsanto. Bayer is a German company. And he's suing them because of Roundup. You're saying he's a football player. What does he have to do with Roundup? He's alleging that his exposure to Roundup, the weed killer, caused him to develop non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, which compared to lymphoma is more difficult.
I hear those commercials on TV where it asks you, did you try Roundup? And that's exactly what it says. It's one of those like PSA commercials.
Exactly. And you have, Katie, and you have commercials running for law firms that are engaged in lawsuits. And if
Like
you've been,
mesothelioma, I see those too.
right, been exposed to certain pesticides or certain chemicals, these law
Asbestos.
firms specialize. That's all they do. Merle, he's a nice-looking young man. I say young man, he's 54. He's a nice-looking man. He's fit. When you see him on ESPN, he's always dressed well. He always comports himself well, polite. He alleges in a lawsuit that he was first exposed to Roundup in 1977 while he was working on a potato farm in Idaho. Every day that young man woke up to go to work on that potato farm, do you think Roundup was on his mind and that several decades later he was going to be diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma? Hardly not.
No.
Hardly not. And he woke up thinking, I'm going to work. I'm going to go to work on a potato farm. How safe could that be compared to when he was in Vietnam or wherever? I think he was in, maybe I'm confusing him with another running back for the Steelers. I don't think Merle was, check my work. I don't think Merle was in Vietnam. There's another running back that was wounded. Rocky Blyer. There you go. Where did I pull that from? Whoa.
Deep, deep, deep in there.
Dark. Dark recesses of my memory. Rocky Blyer was a hero. Merle, Merle was a good running back. And he developed the non-Hodgkin's back in 2003. And I didn't know that. It turns out that 11,200 plaintiffs allege in pending lawsuits that exposure to glyphosate, that's the active ingredient in Roundup, caused them to have cancer or other sorts of maladies. I've been reporting on this off and on now for quite a while. Of course, Bayer, which bought Roundup maker Monsanto last year, to date, they're 0-3 in court cases in which plaintiffs claim that the glyphosate in the Roundup caused cancer. A California jury recently, in May, awarded a couple are you ready? $2 billion in punitive damages after finding that exposure to Roundup led to their cancer diagnosis. It was a couple. A judge recently lowered their punitive damage to $87 million. Bayer, yesterday, responded to Merle Hodge's lawsuit, stating, quote, that, quote, the extensive body of science on glyphosate-based herbicides over 4 decades supports the conclusion that Roundup does not cause cancer, specifically non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, close quote. Now, what's the name of the movie? The Lawyer. Oh, boy. I shouldn't do this. It'll come to me. There's a movie where
Civil Action.
It could be the actor. Let me just think about it for a second. The whole movie pivots around this very theme, and just give me a minute to think about it. A number of films have been made like this over the years. Hollywood has focused on this issue. You have the other movie with the woman who...
Erin Brockovich.
Right. That movie. There have been several films that have featured this health concern and environmental concern. The company claims that its products are safe as long as they are used as directed. I guess you have to wear a hazmat suit. I don't know. They said, quote, at the end of the day, whether you're in the court of law, regulatory agencies, or court of public opinion, it's the science that should matter here, they said. And the extensive body of science over 40 years, including the most recent human epidemiology studies, they said, shows that glyphosate-based herbicides are not associated with NHL, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Customers who know these products best continue to rely on them. Bayer stands behind these products and will vigorously defend them. Close quote. That was a formal statement made yesterday, and they made that statement to CBS News. The environmental group Center on Environmental Health, if you can find them on the internet, released a study this month that found that 11 of 12 families tested positive for glyphosate. Bayer, of course, criticized the study, said the sample size wasn't large enough. It was a small group of volunteers with no information to determine whether the results are reliable, they said. They're in a lot of trouble. They got over 3,000 or so, more than that, lawsuits lined up in a queue.
Not a good image.
They're not going to make it. I don't think. We'll see.
Ladies and gentlemen, nutrients with aged garlic extract. Aged garlic extract has been clinically shown to support a healthy immune response and reduce both the duration and severity of cold and flu symptoms. Help me protect you with Kyolic supplements and nutritional drink mixes to fortify your immune health today. Available at fine natural health retailers.
The science of psychology tells us there is a connection between looking more attractive and having more self-confidence. One way to look more attractive is to have healthy-looking hair. Ridgecrest Herbal's award-winning Hair Revive can support healthy, attractive hair. Hair Revive is formulated with a stress-fighting complex, hair growth ingredients, a hormone balancing complex, and Chinese herbs. Taken together, the ingredients in Hair Revive promote hair growth, encourage healthier, thicker-looking hair, and support recovery from damaging hairstyling techniques, harsh chemicals, and daily stress. So start looking more attractive with healthier, thicker, and shinier hair with Ridgecrest Herbal's Hair Revive. Visit rcherbals.com for more information or call 1-800-242-4649 and mention this ad. That's 1-800-242-4649. This is Dr. Michael Garka, host of the nationally syndicated health talk show, Let's Talk Nutrition. Way too often, dietary supplements cost way too much. Not so at Vitamin Discount Center. Here's why. BDC sells leading national brands up to 50% off MSRP every day. Competitors' prices are matched for identical products with proof of price. If you're in the military or are a first responder, you get an additional 10% off BDC's already discounted prices. BDC even offers case discounts. And you can get connected with BDC's VIP mobile text program for additional savings and customer rewards throughout the month. The choice is clear. You can save at Vitamin Discount Center. For a store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com or call 813-907-7066. That's 813-907-7066. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Want to get at the core issues that make weight loss so difficult? Try PGX from Natural Factors. This revolutionary product is clinically shown to help people achieve their ideal body weight in a safe, natural way. PGX helps you feel full for hours, dramatically reduces the glycemic index of any food or meal, and ultimately causes the release of the compounds that achieve two important goals in weight loss. 1, telling your brain that you're satisfied so you eat less, and 2, improving the action of the hormone insulin. As medical doctor Mark Hyman said in his best-selling book, Eat Fat, Get Thin, if you choose to use only one supplement, PGX is the most important. If you've ever tried to lose weight and failed, you need the tremendous support of PGX from Natural Factors. For more information on making your weight loss dream a near effortless reality, visit pgx.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by CV Sciences, from seed to shelf. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. North American Herb and Spice, wellness for life. Natural Factors, where great health begins. New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Okay, we got our movies lined up here. There have been a number of films coming out of Hollywood that have that environmental theme, where something the environment gets contaminated, or you have a lawyer representing somebody who has cancer, and the Rainmaker, Katie reminded me, was the film with Matt Damon where he's a lawyer and he's representing this young boy who has cancer, and he's fighting the insurance company, and you have that theme is always floating around in Hollywood. And the movie Silkwood, I don't know if you remember that movie. It was about Karen Silkwood. She ultimately died suspiciously in a car accident, and she was a whistleblower. It dealt with nuclear plutonium, something about the plant and the hazards. And the company, I think, was McGee. I think that was the company. And a famous lawyer represented that company was Jerry Spence, a very famous defense lawyer. Yeah, so this theme operates, this environmental, toxic environment theme out there, or the consumer having to fight a big insurance company. These are things that people deal with. My point was, when I opened the show today, we wake up every day, go to work. My dad went to work every day. Ultimately, the job killed him. His exposure to the toxic air at work, he died at 56. And I'm going to tell you, it was a horrible, horrible death. I wouldn't wish it on anybody. I watched him die and literally suffocate to death, and working in an environment that he didn't know. What did he know? All he knew was he had to get up, go to work, take care of his family. And this goes on every day, not only in this country, but all over the world. People living in environments that are so toxic that you wouldn't even go out the door, let alone go work in it. And so I try to raise this theme and bring it to our attention and just make us mindful. Things are not what they seem typically, as we learn in life. If you have a thought or two about this, you can always call, make contact, and connect.
877-897-8255. That's 877-897-TALK. Don't forget Dr. Garko's personal email is drgarko at letstalknutrition.com. Follow us, like us on Facebook, on Instagram, and go to our YouTube page at Let's Talk Nutrition, where everything is archived, and it's put up there by title, and it's closed caption for the hearing impaired.
Keeping with the football player theme, Nick Buoniconti, if you all recall, middle linebacker for the Miami Dolphins, he won 2 Super Bowls in the 1970s with the Dolphins, and went in and retired. He was quite a player. He was 78. He just passed away. He's relatively young. He was something. He was tenacious. I remember in 2015, his doctors told him that he showed symptoms of dementia. This is another theme. NFL football players with brain damage, and later, not long after retirement, start to show, even before retirement, start to show signs of cognitive decline. It's another theme that we've dealt with on this show. In 2015, he was told that. 2 years later, he agreed to donate his brain to research at Boston University. They are to determine if his repeated head injuries as a player caused chronic traumatic encephalopathy, which is a degenerative brain disease. The odds are very good that it did. He won't be the only player. If you did a little bit of research, I'll bet the number of NFL football players that are afflicted with dementia or some form of dementia, Alzheimer's or whatever, must be pretty high. As of 2017, here's a statistic. As of 2017, Boston University CTE Center found the disease in 110 of the former 111 NFL players' brains it has examined.
Oh, wow.
So apparently then, Gary and Katie, the Boston University, and I didn't realize this, is heading up this project to explore this issue. So they must have had the brains of 111 former NFL players, and of the 111, 110 had
That's
dementia.
terrifying.
Wow.
Well, it's amazing, isn't it?
It is.
Think
It's
about
amazing that there's a team of people that can determine that.
Well, they can, and that it's not hard to determine. What's hard is to prevent it. Mr. Bonacani said, quote, "I'm positive that football caused this." And there's a documentary, an HBO documentary called The Many Lives of Nick Bonaconti. In an interview for the film, he showed his frustration with the halting speech that his dementia has caused. He said, "I'm not mad at the game. I'm mad at the owners," Mr. Bonacani said. "I think we've paved the way for the NFL being what it is today. In other words, we've paved the way for them, and they're reaping all the benefits," close quote. He added, "Sorry, I'm not any coherent." And in the sentence, they put the little dyslexic things he was saying. He was halting speech. It's a shame. They did that for our entertainment, right?
Don't be stressed out or anxious. Take Hempanol, the only raw CO2 hemp extract available. Your order. To find out where to find Hempanol in your area, call 1-800-243-5242, 800-243-5242, or visit us at oregonol.com.
1250 WHNZ. Online at WHNZ.com. On your phone with the iHeartRadio app. And on hundreds of devices like Alexa, Google Home, Xbox, and Sonos. An iHeartRadio station. Touchdown, USF! The USF Bulls start the season one place, then graduate to another. Hear USF football on 1250 WHNZ during August and September, before they head to 95.3 WDAE in October. News on 1250 WHNZ.
Another Florida sheriff's deputy is accused of planting drugs on suspects. Former Martin County Deputy Stephen O'Leary was arrested this week, charged with 52 counts, and may have tainted over 14 cases. This comes after Jackson County Deputy Zachary Wester was arrested in July for similar false arrests. The attorney for the family of Tampa teenager Hezekiah Walters, who died at a high school football practice, Steve Yared, says he's not out to sue the school system.
Our aim in taking these wonderful people on as clients is to develop an awareness that student athletes are the first and only priority of all of our public schools.
One of the first lawsuits against Capital One over the massive data breach is coming out of a Florida-based law firm. Morgan & Morgan filed a case in Virginia federal court. With Florida's News, I'm Chris Trenkman.
From the 1250 WHNZ Florida Central Auto Loans Traffic Center.
A wreck in St. Pete on 22nd Avenue North, just west of MLK. Also one in Lutz on southbound US 41 at Lutz Lake Fern. At least one lane is blocked here. And we're seeing delays on westbound I-4 from 22nd Street over towards 275. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm, Abrahamson Udor, Killsborough. Traffic tip line, 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by Unbound.org. Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice. Continue their dream of education or drop out to help their family put food on the table. You can help change their future in a single moment. See how far your support can go at Unbound.org.
Pros do it right to have the quantities you need on hand for the job by buying in bulk. Lowe's is here to help by stocking what you need for any size job and at great savings. Save up to 40% on our everyday low price when you purchase Pro Packs of molding compared to single sticks. Load up on drywall, drywall accessories, and backer board and get up to 15% off just by making a bulk purchase. Place your order at lowesforpros.com and our pro loaders will be ready to load you up so you can get back to the job site faster. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. U.S. only.
At Fidelity, we believe nothing should come between you and your money. So we're introducing zero account fees with zero minimums to open an account. All because we want you to invest with zero trade-offs. Visit fidelity.com/value to learn more. Zero account minimums and zero account fees apply to retail brokerage accounts only. Expenses charged by investments such as funds and managed accounts and for commissions, interest charges, or other expenses for transactions may still apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, member NYSE, SIPC.
Your Tampa Bay forecast, mostly cloudy with a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms with heavy downpours, high 91. Tonight, rain tapers off, then partly cloudy, low 76. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with a 60% rain chance, high 88. For more news, weather, and traffic, tune to WFLA at 94.5 in St. Pete, 105.9 in Tampa, or 99.1 in Newport Richey.
This report is sponsored by Ashley Home Store.
Ashley Home Store's summer mattress sale starts right now. For a limited time, get an Ashley Sleep, Sealy, or Beauty Rest King mattress for the price of a queen mattress on select mattress purchases. Only at America's #1 furniture and mattress store. Ashley Home Store, this is home.
Mark Levin here. The 2020 campaign is underway. On one side, President Trump and freedom. Democrats regurgitating talking points from the old Soviet Union Constitution. Socialism 2.0. Now, if you live in the Tampa Bay area, the I-4 corridor, you're at the center of it all. Fortunately, you have me to kick away the sandcastles of sophistry built by the unfree press. The Mark Levin Show here on 1250 WHNZ. Weeknights 7 to 10, and tell your friends.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by American Biotech Labs, your daily immune system support. Ridgecrest Herbals, take your health to a higher elevation. Ancient Nutrition, nutrition for a modern world. Reviva Labs, the natural skincare authority. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. I was just reporting on Nick Bonacani, who passed away, and several years now, more than a couple. Before his death, he was diagnosed with dementia, and the football injuries, the repeated blows to the brain, it's hypothesized, it's pretty well established now, is a major cause of dementia among NFL football players. Boston University apparently had 111. They've had 111 remains, the brains of NFL football players. Out of the 111 that they have biopsied or examined, 110 had dementia. So it's a very well established link. But there's another link to dementia that may surprise you, and I find it odd. And it has something to do with a spice. Typically, we talk about herbs and spices as healthy, right? I've done it on this show for a long time, and they are. Research conducted in a Chinese population, this was recently, found this rather intriguing, if not bizarre, link between the consumption of chili peppers and a heightened risk for cognitive decline. This is puzzling. This chili peppers, there are many populations globally that use spicy peppers. I mean, everywhere and throughout the Mediterranean, you name it. Asian cultures, for sure. You got spicy peppers. But they posed this question. I was looking at Medical News Today. They reported on it and posed the question as to whether or not they pose a health risk. The spiciest peppers in the world, the things you learn when you do a show such as this, they're called Carolina Reaper.
Yes.
I don't know.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh, yeah, they are.
You guys know what they are?
Okay.
I don't know what they are. I never heard of a Carolina Reaper.
Okay, so I had one. I bit half of it, and then...
You blacked out?
Yeah, almost thought I was going to die. And then I didn't realize it. About an hour later, I rubbed my face.
Oh.
And my eye swelled. Oh, it was. Oh.
All right, so it's called a Carolina Reaper. You have a photo? Can you get a photograph of it? An image of it? This apparently it's a danger. I mean, it's dangerous. For example, in 2018, sort of related to Gary's story, there was a man from the United States who ate a Carolina Reaper as part of a dare in a hot pepper eating contest. He ended up in the emergency room with what they call a thunderclap headache. Most people will not eat that sort of hot version, that very extreme version. Most cuisines use a variety of chili peppers, but they're not going to be the ones that going to knock you down or put you in the hospital, right? Jalapenos, I'm sure you guys have
normal,
eaten. You've eaten
tolerable.
Cherry peppers, I'm sure you cayenne peppers, Scotch bonnets or bonnets or whatever, habaneros. All those are hot. For me, I like spicy food, but eating I know people eat jalapenos. You know, they just.
My sister eats them like pickles.
I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you do that.
My brother's like that too. He can just eat.
That's the pepper.
Those Carolina Reaper peppers, though, some places
you guys,
anything
both
that
of you knew.
Yeah, I knew what they were. There's a place here locally that you have to sign a waiver that it's the world's hottest ice cream, and they use the Carolina Reapers. And before you can even try the ice cream challenge, because it's obviously a challenge, people aren't just ordering it for fun. You have to sign a waiver saying they have to set it all up. It's serious. It's not a joke.
Katie would know. Here in Florida, she does a show called Florida Things. You can catch that. Where can they catch that?
You can find it on Facebook. Just go to facebook.com/thefloridathings. Haven't done that. That was actually going to be one of my first episodes, and I chickened out.
If you do that, I don't know if I would eat the ice cream, but
once I learned you had to sign a waiver to eat it, I opted out. I'll pass. I'll just stick with the jalapenos.
Oh, I thought maybe you had done it as part of your show.
I was going to. I was going to go try the ice cream and do it.
I did see one of your shows where you were, for some reason, I don't know why, maybe you're angry, but you were learning to try to throw an axe.
Yeah, that wasn't my specialty.
Axe throwing.
I didn't know that was actually an activity you could do. It's like a nationwide thing. They have them all over the place, but I'm not good at it.
People practicing throwing a hatchet or an axe or whatever. You weren't good at it.
I was not good at it. You ever see me with an axe run?
Yeah, for sure. So anyway, this connection between eating these peppers and dementia, it is bizarre to me. Previous research into the potential effects of chili peppers on health has, for the most part, been very positive. A large cohort study from 2017 is a good example. They discovered in that study that eating chili peppers was associated with lower mortality risk. So I don't know what's going on here. the main active ingredient in hot pepper is the one that makes them spicy is capsaicin, capsaicin, capsaicin. So it's the most likely this compound is playing a role either for better or for worse in people. This link is somewhat puzzling to me. You got an association between chili peppers and lower mortality. No studies in humans had seriously evaluated how hot vegetables might affect cognitive decline. That never occurred to me. Never. So I don't know. The new findings was a longitudinal, was over time, it was a cohort, that particular group, a large Chinese population. The findings suggested that consistently eating a large amount, now they said large amount, of chili pepper could hasten cognitive decline, increasing the person's risk for dementia. The research, it's in a paper, and it's published in a journal called Nutrients. There were 4,582 Chinese individuals, participants. They were 55 years of age and older. And it was done at a university, at the Qatar University in Doha. And chili consumption was found to be beneficial for body weight and blood pressure in our previous studies. However, in this study, we found adverse effects on cognition among older adults. So there's a lot of variables flying around here. Quantity, age. We'll be back.
Feel tired?
Discovery of our generation, and it comes from a plant that is not so new, agricultural hemp. Yes, after 70 years of prohibition and misunderstanding, hemp is back to help you stay healthy and balanced. Growing research is showing that we have a lot to learn from the remarkable hemp plant. Nutrient-rich products like Plus CBD Oil's Total Plant Complex concentrated products provide broad-spectrum nutrition, including fatty acids, plant sterols, cannabinoids, terpenes, and naturally occurring vitamin E. From seed to shelf, all Plus CBD Oil products provide the highest quality hemp-derived CBD products available and are offered in a variety of delivery systems and flavors to suit your needs. Ask your local independent health food store about Plus CBD Oil products by CV Sciences today and learn more about the CBD evolution at pluscbdoil.com. That's pluscbdoil.com.
Did you know that you have 3 brains? Yes, you heard right. Exciting new research reveals you have 3 brains: your head brain, your heart brain, and your gut brain. These 3 brains are like an orchestra with billions of neurons working together to create a harmonic symphony. This intricate relationship between these 3 brains impacts your mental, emotional, and physical health. The 3 Brain Supplements from Natural Factors is a bold new innovation in mental health. It provides a whole-body approach to balance brain health and well-being. Start with the 3 Brains Total Kit, which includes 5 supplements that are essential for 3 brain health. The kit provides foundational support for all 3 of your brains. Then, depending on your unique needs, choose from Higher Thoughts to enhance brain performance, Mental Sunshine for healthy mood balance, Serene Mind to relieve stress-related fatigue, or The Best Sleep for restful sleep. Learn more at 3brainshealth.com.
This is Dr. Michael Garka, host of the nationally syndicated health talk show, Let's Talk Nutrition. Way too often, dietary supplements cost way too much. Not so at Vitamin Discount Center. Here's why. VDC sells leading national brands up to 50% off MSRP every day. Competitors' prices are matched for identical products with proof of price. If you're in the military or are a first responder, you get an additional 10% off VDC's already discounted prices. VDC even offers case discounts. And you can get connected with VDC's VIP mobile text program for additional savings and customer rewards throughout the month. The choice is clear. You can save at Vitamin Discount Center. For a store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com or call 813-907-7066. That's 813-907-7066. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Natural Factors, where great health begins. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. Celsius, live fit. Flora, 100 years of herbal wisdom. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
One theme leading to another, staying now with the cognitive theme and our brain. There is a body of science, and there are drugs, and there are supplements that fall in, all 3 of those, fall into a category called nootropics. I have, I would say for the last 25, 30 years, been interested in this topic, and it is, it's provocative. And it raises interesting possibilities, it seems to me, when approached properly. Now, nootropics, how can I put this? There are a number of books that have been written. Smart Drugs, the one book is entitled Smart Drugs. Any number of classic books, I have them in my library. And there's a lot to learn when it comes to nootropics. And the whole idea behind nootropics is to enhance the brain so that you have better mental acuity, better memory, enhanced cognitive functioning. And this concept is appealing to people. Do I think it increases IQ? Probably not. But I do think, from what I've experienced myself in taking some of these drugs and supplements and other substances to improve cognitive functioning, that your executive functions, memory, creativity, motivation, are enhanced with these compounds. You have to... When you do this, you have to do it prudently and know what you're doing. perhaps when I first started, it's been more than 25 years, when I first was introduced to this whole concept of nootropics. And the word nootropic is derived from Greek. The word nous, N-O-O-S, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but it means mind. And the word tropic is from Greek too, and it means towards. Mind and towards. So that's the etymology of that word. Nothing mysterious about it. The American Medical Association adopted a policy to discourage prescriptions of nootropics. You should know that, to help for healthy people. These drugs, and there are a slew of them, are often prescribed to people that are suffering cognitive deficits, that may have some form of dementia, who may have some cerebrovascular deficiency, not enough blood to the brain for one reason or another, and oxygen, and that these drugs enhance that, make the more oxygen to the brain, make the brain light up a little bit better, and give them better quality of life. And again, there's a whole constellation of these drugs in different categories. Racetams, and one in particular, piracetam, it has low toxicity, low side effects, but many claim that it enhances their cognitive functioning. There's Lucidril, which is, that's the brand. Centrophenoxin is the compound, and some people claim that if you take, for example, Lucidril and piracetam together, that you get the two sides, the two hemispheres of your brain to interact with one another. The claim is that when you can do that, that leads to more creative thought, where you have the left and the right hemisphere communicating. So there have been experiments with these drugs, and I just find it an intriguing area, and for research and also for practicality. Now, there was an article. It was written by Barbara Brody, and she wrote it for WebMD, and she asked, the article is about nootropics, and you could find that. It's easy to find. It's entitled, "What Are Nootropics?" The writer is Barbara Brody, so I'm giving her attribution. And in here, she talks about nootropics in very basic ways, and you'll find these compounds, these nootropics, fall into three categories. I alluded to that already: dietary supplements, prescription drugs, and synthetic compounds. You can get the prescription here in the U.S. You have to have a physician that's willing to write that prescription. Now, health experts generally agree that taking a prescription nootropic for some particular purpose, like dementia and generally Alzheimer's, can be beneficial. And they're not opposed to that idea. The question becomes, do these drugs, do these supplements, do these synthetic compounds have practical application to somebody who doesn't have dementia? What I can tell you from my own, I can give you a first-hand account, my own experience with them, is that you do notice a difference in the way your brain works. You are more alert. You tend to be more focused. You can work longer for longer periods of time in a focused manner. You're quicker. You're more, sometimes, I don't know how to put it, I don't want to say creative, maybe that's the word, depending on what compounds you're using. But I don't necessarily recommend that people experiment with these things. I did that when I was, this is going back a long time. Oh, hold on a second. This plastic bag, in this bag, I have certain compounds I mentioned. Piracetam is in there, Lucidril is in there, Hydrogen is in there, and other compounds.
I have so much to learn from you.
And there are other things in here that you can buy that enhance your brain. For example, Jarrow Formulas has a product called Neuro Optimizer. Let me pull that out. There it is. And in here, they have phosphatidylcholine, phosphatidylserine, alpha-lipoic acid, L-glutamine, taurine, some B vitamins. The product does enhance your cognitive functioning. So you also, this would fall into the category more or less of a nootropic, right? I wanted to bring it to your attention. I'll talk more about it in the future. People have asked me about it. And we explore these ideas here on Let's Talk Nutrition. We'll be back. Supplement in North America. FloraVital provides all the same benefits as Floradix, but without gluten or yeast. Reclaim your energy with Floradix and FloraVital, available at your local health food store. For more information, visit florahealth.com/Floradix. florahealth.com/Floradix.
The ever-increasing stress and toxicity we are exposed to from our environment, diets, and lifestyles make internal cleansing a necessary part of a good health regimen. Founded in 1980, Yerba Prima was the first company to launch a whole-body internal cleansing kit. Since that time, they have continued to develop and manufacture a complete range of all-natural, high-quality fiber and internal cleansing products. By using all-natural psyllium fiber and no harmful stimulant laxatives, all Yerba Prima fiber and internal cleansing products can be used over a long period of time to ensure optimal health and regularity. With nearly 30 years dedicated to all-natural cleansing products, it's easy to see why Yerba Prima is a leader in the fiber and cleansing products category. Learn more at yerbaprima.com, YERBAPRIMA.com, or visit your local health retailer. Yerba Prima, pioneer in internal cleansing products.
The preceding was a commercial program paid for by Let's Talk Nutrition, LLC. The Rays play on Tampa Bay Sports Radio, WDAE. To the wall, let's go! Catch every pitch of Rays baseball in Pasco on 96.7 FM and all over Tampa Bay on 620 AM. Rays up. Fire up your DVR.
It's time for your TV tip-off.
Friday night, Robin Thede, Ashley Nicole Black, Issa Rae, and Gabrielle Dennis star in the variety series A Black Lady Sketch Show, premiering at 11:10 Central on HBO. On Sunday, Thomas Rhett, Kelsey Ballerini, and Bobby Bones host the best of the annual CMA Music Fest, with performers including Lil Nas X with Billy Ray Cyrus and Keith Urban, Brothers Osborne, Carrie Underwood, Brantley Gilbert, Maren Morris, and more. It all starts at 8/7 Central on ABC. Also on Sunday, Dominic Cooper is back in the 4th and final season of the dark comic book adaptation Preacher at 9/8 Central on AMC. And that's your TV tip-off on iHeartRadio.
1250 wins, WHNZ, Tampa Bay. Available everywhere you want to listen on our free iHeartRadio app. Download it now.
This is CBS News on the Hour. Real news, real reporting.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. A group of prominent doctors is urging Congress to investigate the deaths of 6 migrant children in government custody. Among the MDs, Joshua Sharfstein at Johns Hopkins.
These conditions may actually be contributing to the spread of infectious disease.
The doctors cite autopsy reports showing at least 3 of the children died from the flu, a rare preventable occurrence.
Flu shots are part of it, but There's also treatment. We don't have evidence that either of those is really being made routinely available.
Joe Biden and Kamala Harris face off for a second time at last night's Democratic presidential debate in Detroit. Among their differences, health care reform.
If you notice, there's no talk about the fact that the plan in 10 years will cost $3 trillion.
The reality is that our plan will bring health care to all Americans under a Medicare for All system.
Lines of the night. Former Vice President went after Cory Booker on crime, and the senator accused Biden of dipping into the Kool-Aid without knowing the flavor. And Kirsten Gillibrand promised to get out her cleaning supplies.
The first thing that I'm going to do when I'm president is I'm going to Clorox the Oval Office.
The National Archives has released audio of a racist conversation between two former presidents dating back to 1971.
Nixon recorded his private phone chat with then California Governor Reagan the day after the UN voted to recognize the People's Republic of China, frustrated that African delegates voted yes. Sometime later, Nixon referenced the comment and laughed with his best friend, Bibi Rebozo.
They ought to be still hanging from the trees by the tail.
In another recording, Nixon used the term cannibals and repeated the shoes comment. Gary Nunn, CBS News.
The Trump administration isn't letting two recent rounds of missile testing get in the way. In Bangkok today, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo addressed the issue of North Korea.
We are looking forward to the chance to reconnect with them in a formal way diplomatically.
One person was killed. Crews near Lexington, Kentucky are looking for 5 to 7 other people who are missing after a natural gas pipeline explosion this morning. Lincoln County Emergency Management Director Ron Gillum.
The debris and structures at the site are still too hot to deal with, so that's going to hamper our search efforts.
Columbus, Ohio police officers will be disciplined for arresting Stormy Daniels during a raid at a strip club last year. The department says a commander, lieutenant, sergeant, and 2 officers could face punishments from reprimands to firing. The Dow is up 61 points right now. This is CBS News.
CBS News Radio is your home for breaking news. With our team of reporters around the country and the world, we give you the coverage you can trust.
Ever wonder why Europeans seem to speak so many languages? Maybe it's because they use Babbel, the #1 selling language learning app in Europe. Babbel's award-winning technology gets you speaking right away, whether you're learning Spanish, French, or German. And best of all, you'll remember what you've learned.
I always thought I was bad at languages, but after using Babbel, I can tell you I was just taught the wrong way.
Using Babbel's 10 to 15-minute lessons, you can be speaking confidently in your new language within weeks.
I was amazed that I could start having real-life conversations right away. It was so fast. Now I'm speaking Spanish. Woohoo!
No wonder Babbel is the #1 selling language learning app in Europe. Try it for yourself and see why Babbel is the quick way to get conversational in a new language, like Spanish, French, or more. You can try Babbel for free. Go to Babbel.com or download the app and try it for free. That's Babbel, Babbel.com, or download the app to try it for free. That's Babbel.com.
1250 wins WHNZ.
All the good stuff. Yeah. Rufio keeps you on top of pop culture.
Here's some exciting news for Post Malone fans. During his set at the Cheyenne Frontiers Day Festival in Wyoming, the rapper revealed that he's finished recording his new album. He told the crowd, "I've got some pretty awesome news. I was in the studio for the last 3 days, and we just finished up the new album." He also added, "I think it's going to be pretty damn out of sight." So far, there's no release date announced for the album, although earlier this month, he debuted what could be its first single, Goodbyes, featuring Young Thug. The new record will be a follow-up to 2018's Beer Bongs and Bentleys, which debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200 and is still currently in the top 10.
All right, and that's what's poppin'.
I'm Rufio on iHeartRadio.
This also traffic westbound on I-4 from the Selma connector to 275 and northbound 275 looks slow from Kennedy to West Shore. Our cellmate Elise let us know about an accident on the Selman connector ramp to westbound I-4 on the right and left shoulders. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson and Utica Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line at 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by Unbound.org. Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice. Continue their dream of education or drop out to help their family put food on the table. You can help change their future in a single moment. See how far your support can go at Unbound.org.
The following is a commercial program paid for by Let's Talk Nutrition, LLC. The opinions, viewpoints, and promises made during the following program are not those of WHNZ AM, its staff, management, or parent company, iHeartMedia Incorporated.
Statements made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom. Let's Talk Nutrition is a health talk show that features scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, and experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Listen for a chance to win daily prizes and follow Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition or on Twitter at LTN Radio. It's time for some inspiration. Tune in to get fit and healthy. It's time to talk about nutrition. Nutrition for your body, your mind, your spirit. It's time to talk about proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, and supplementation to help. Get ready to take charge of your health because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition with Dr. Michael Garko. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. Thanks for stopping by and tuning into Let's Talk Nutrition. We are around the corner, around the country, and around the world, that's for sure. We're local, we're national, and we're international. So you have to check your local or international listings to see when the show will air. And internationally, people pick it up by watching it. And the show's on 4 different platforms that you can watch it. Gary tells you about that all the time. And in that first hour, the theme of the brain, thinking about the brain came up. And in a number of different ways. Merle Hodge, and I talked about him and his bout with lymphoma. That had nothing to do with the brain, but Nick Bonacani, the other football player, passed away, 78. He was suffering from dementia. He donated his brain to Boston University for research. They've had 111 brains that they have examined of former NFL football players, and out of the 111, 110 had dementia. So then I talked about nootropics. These are pharmaceuticals, dietary supplements, or synthetic compounds used to enhance cognitive functioning. I'll talk more about that in the future. I wanted to introduce the idea. I think that there's merit there, but you have to know what you're doing. You have to be well informed and understand what these compounds are and how to use them. And some of them are pharmaceuticals. They're drugs, and you have to get prescriptions for them. So, yeah. Hydrogene, centrophenoxin, piracetam, any number. There's a whole... Lots of them. Smart Drugs. Ward was the author on that book. That's an early book on nootropics. There's all kinds of books out there on nootropics. Smart Drugs, Smart Foods, different titles. You can go on the internet, you'll find them. Dean Ward was one of the authors. He's done a lot of work in that area. There are many good reference books on these compounds. And they're often used with patients that are having cognitive issues, right? Dementia of some form or another. But oftentimes people, such as myself and others, will find an application for these where you don't necessarily have some health issue as you're just seeking to have better cognitive performance, right? You're working and you just want your brain to work a little better. And I have found that these nootropics, in fact, do that. That's been I'm giving you that's anecdotal. That's not science. Now, there's some who think that you shouldn't mess with these at all. But I have a different view about that. You have to know what you're doing. You have to talk with your doctor, especially if you're going to take a drug or drugs in combination. Here's how to connect to the show. If you have some experience with nootropics and you'd like to share that, you can call the show, contact us in any number of ways. Not only call, but Gary's going to tell you how. I would love to hear from you and what your experience has been.
877-897-8255. That's 877-897-TALK. Don't forget Dr. Garko's personal email is drgarko at letstalknutrition.com. Like us on Facebook at Let's Talk Nutrition, on Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition, and go to subscribe to our YouTube page at Let's Talk Nutrition on YouTube. Everything is archived by title, and it's closed caption for the hearing impaired.
You can go into a health store, for example, and I'm holding up, this is Twin Labs, dimethylaminoethanol, DMAE, the liquid. It tastes horrible, but you put some under the tongue, and you'll notice that your brain functions a little differently. It has different effects with different people. You can go in and buy vinpocetine. That used to be a prescription. Vinpocetine was only then several years ago, they made they took off the pharmaceutical characterization or categorization of it and turned it into a supplement.
And what is vinpocetine? What does it do?
It supports memory, and mood, generally. There's a commercial running on TV, radio, wherever. They used to be a sponsor of the show, Prevagen. Prevagen improves memory. Does that fall in the category of a nootropic? Perhaps. I would probably put it in there. It's everywhere. You can, CVS, it was only at one time sold in health stores. Then they went to mass market. And I remember early on when they were a sponsor of the show. This was a long time ago.
What about foods? What about certain foods or foods that hinder? I mean, you can say alcohol, yes, but like any other type of foods that you shouldn't eat because it could affect the brain?
Yeah. These processed foods, hold on, food, cognitive performance. You have foods that are linked to better brain power.
Okay.
For example, leafy green vegetables is linked to better brain power. Any foods that have omega-3 fatty acids, fish, is linked to better brain power. B vitamins, antioxidants, anything that can protect the neurons in the brain would be beneficial. Research has shown that the best brain foods are the same ones, it seems, that protect your cardiovascular system. Green leafy vegetables, fatty fish, berries, tea and coffee. You hear me talk about tea and coffee on the show all the time.
I do.
Walnuts, nuts, but walnuts in particular are a very good for memory. If you go to Harvard Health, they have an article on foods for better brain power. Eating these fried foods, highly processed foods, damage the vascular system. Your brain needs to get oxygen and nutrients, right? Glucose, carotid arteries. If those carotid arteries get occluded, you're going to have cerebrovascular deficiency. You're not going to have enough oxygen to the brain. So Gary's point about food and various drinks, alcohol is not necessarily good for the brain. It's not. It doesn't light up the brain. Hardly. You're better off with a cup of coffee. Blueberries, excellent. Turmeric is excellent because it fights inflammation. One of the biggest threats to cognitive function is inflammation. The neurons becoming inflamed, where inflammation seeps in, and you need antioxidants to help counter the oxidation that's going on. Turmeric is an excellent choice. Broccoli, loaded with antioxidants, and fat-soluble vitamins are very good for the brain. Broccoli's high in vitamin K, for example. It's high, which is excellent for the brain. You have what else can I tell you? Pumpkin seeds, also loaded with antioxidants, good for the brain. They're also loaded with zinc and magnesium and copper and iron. All of these compounds and the compounds that are found in these foods are excellent. Dark chocolate has been known to be good for the brain. Nuts generally good for the brain. Fat, they have the healthy fats, vitamin E, vitamin C, all very protective of the brain. We'll be back. To check out Clear Lungs Immune and Clear Lungs Sport. Visit rcherbals.com or call 1-800-242-4649 and mention this ad to order the right Clear Lungs product for you. That's 1-800-242-4649.
Is getting a good night's sleep a challenge? Fortunately, there's a superior fast-acting sleep formula called Tranquil Sleep from Natural Factors. This non-habit-forming supplement contains a unique combination of melatonin, 5-HTP, and L-theanine, which works in harmony with your body's natural sleep hormones. Tranquil Sleep can help you fall asleep, stay asleep, sleep sounder, and wake up refreshed, all without feeling drowsy in the morning. The key benefit comes from increasing the time spent in the deeper stages of sleep. It's only in these deeper levels of sleep that we truly experience the rejuvenation, regeneration, and recuperation that sleep provides. Even if you think you get a good night's sleep, give Tranquil Sleep a try. You might be surprised with how much better you've slept by waking up with more energy and enthusiasm to start your day. Learn more at naturalfactors.com.
This is Dr. Michael Garka, host of the nationally syndicated health talk show, Let's Talk Nutrition. Way too often, dietary supplements cost way too much. Not so at Vitamin Discount Center. Here's why. VDC sells leading national brands up to 50% off MSRP every day. Competitors' prices are matched for identical products with proof of price. If you're in the military or are a first responder, you get an additional 10% off VDC's already discounted prices. VDC even offers case discounts. And you can get connected with VDC's VIP mobile text program for additional savings and customer rewards throughout the month. The choice is clear. You can save at Vitamin Discount Center. For a store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com or call 813-907-7066. That's 813-907-7066. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Celsius is a fitness drink which is clinically proven to function. How?
How? As a thermogenic, Celsius proprietary MetaPlus blend accelerates metabolism, increasing your body's ability to burn fat and calories. There are only two ways a body burns fat: through increased heart rate or increased body temperature, thermogenesis. Drinking Celsius and then going into motion is double dipping. You're accelerating the burn, and the results are even faster. Celsius is your ultimate fitness partner. No high fructose corn syrup, no aspartame, no preservatives, no artificial colors or flavors. 100% of 7 essential vitamins. Proven in 6 published university studies. How does it work? Celsius proprietary MetaPlus formula, including green tea with EGCS, ginger, and guarana seed, turns on thermogenesis, a process that boosts your body's metabolic rate. Drinking Celsius prior to fitness activities is proven to energize, accelerate metabolism, burn body fat and calories. Invest in yourself. Drink Celsius. Look for us at www.celsius.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by CV Sciences, from seed to shelf. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. North American Herb and Spice, wellness for life. Natural Factors, where great health begins. New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing. Let's Talk Nutrition, on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Sometimes I'll introduce a topic and I don't know how the audience will react. Apparently you have some interest in nootropics. We're getting some feedback on nootropics. I take that risk. I just don't know. You have to be able to do that. And so we do have somebody calling in from Cornelia, Georgia. Randy, welcome to the show. Thanks for calling. I appreciate you calling and sharing your thoughts about nootropics. I understand that Katie, one of my producers, tells me that you've tried some of these compounds.
Yeah, I was introduced to it through Dirk Pearson and Sandy Shaw's book, Life Extension. They mentioned L-Depril. It's also called Depronil. And Hydrogene. And I tried both of those for a couple of years, and I quit about 20 years ago using them. But,
Depronil, I've taken Depronil, and I liked it. I had a good effect with it. What was your experience?
I found that using it, I like a lot to kind of sing tunes, musical tunes in my mind when I'm doing chores.
Yeah.
When I was using the Depronil, it seemed to enhance that, listening to the music in your mind.
Yeah, it came in, you can get Depronil in a liquid form and in a pill form. I had an email asking me about books. There are a number of books that you can read. Ward Dean, Dr. Ward Dean and John Morgenthaler, they wrote a book. It was called Smart Drugs 2. It was a follow-up to their first book, which I have as well, Smart Drugs and Nutrients. Those are classics. Those books will explain a lot of these nootropics and how much to take, what they are, how they work, and so on. There's another book by Ray, I forget how you pronounce his last name, Chalian, Mind Boosters, it's called, Dr. Ray. That book is good. There's another one called Power Up. It's by Dr. Perlmutter. I know who Dr. Perlmutter is, and Dr. Alberto Villoldo. Pardon me. There's another one called Mood Cure by psychologist Julia Ross that you might want to consider. And then there's one, it was published not long ago, 2016, called The Everything Guide to Nootropics. That book is a basic book, but, it is what it says, The Everything Guide to Nootropics. Why did you stop doing it? Why did you stop taking those compounds?
I was afraid that eventually, over the years, there might be some side effect that might catch up with me, and
did you think that
decided to go the all-natural route? Just the foods and the vitamins and minerals.
Yeah, I mean, there are things you can take. Dimethylaminoethanol. liquid form, I recommend doing the liquid.
I tried that also.
Well, and what
that was mentioned in Dirk Pearson's book. He said it was supposed to remove the liver spots, but so I mentioned it to my mother, and she tried it, and it didn't work.
Okay, so here, let me tell you, a lot of claims are made with these compounds. There's a thing called lipofusion. Lipofusion is cellular debris that builds up in the cells. One compound, a drug called Hydergine, is known to help remove the lipofusion in neurons, right? That is prescribed. That drug is prescribed. What I have learned over the years that many of these drugs are more used in Europe than they are here.
Yeah, I used to get mine from England through the mail.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can.
I didn't need a prescription. That was another reason I quit using it. I was afraid that
you go to jail.
Sometimes I would get an envelope and it had been opened and there would be one pill missing, and I was afraid the government was checking those envelopes to see what was being shipped to the United States.
Well, they can confiscate it.
Yeah.
So this is an area. Again, you have to navigate through it very carefully and know what you're doing. I'm a proponent, but again, with caution.
The L-Depril is used in Parkinson patients.
Yes.
There's a chemical in your brain called L-Dopa.
Yes.
And as you age, the L-Dopa levels decline because the cells that produce it, the substantia nigra, those cells die off with age.
Exactly. There are any number of books. You go on Amazon, type in nootropics, and a bunch of books will come up. But Ward Dean and Morgenthaler, their book, Smart Drugs 1, Smart Drugs 2, those two books and several others, that one I mentioned, Everything You Want to Know About, so to speak, about nootropics, that book, and the others I mentioned are pretty basic. But you can go into a health store and get certain herbs. There are any number of herbs that will light up the brain, as you well know. It's interesting that you started it and then drifted away from it.
Yeah, like I said, I was getting it without a prescription from England, and I was afraid I might
get in trouble. Yeah, I understand. I get it, and you can go online. Some of the centrophenoxin. This is a prescription. I have centrophenoxin here in my hand. You can get that. It's not too hard. My one physician is very open to these things. And so where I'm at, you have to measure, it's the risk reward. And where are you in the life cycle? What are you trying to accomplish? You certainly don't want to take anything that's going to put you at risk and do harm to you. And
I used to get mine from a company in England called antiagingsystems.com.
They're still around.
Yeah, there's a dash between the anti-aging and the...
Yeah, antiagingsystems.com. They're still around. Yeah, I've ordered from them as well. Yeah. It's interesting that I'm glad you called, so the audience knows that there are people out there that do explore with these kinds of compounds. Come back, we'll talk some more.
Okay.
Sluggish when you wake. It's non-addictive, completely natural, and leaves you feeling energetic and ready to take on the day. To place your order, to find out where to find Hepinol in your area, call 1-800-243-5242, 800-243-5242, or visit us at oregonol.com.
1250 WHNZ. Online at WHNZ.com. On your phone with the iHeartRadio app. And on hundreds of devices like Alexa, Google Home, Xbox, and Sonos. An iHeartRadio station. USF football starts this season on 1250 WHNZ.
Touchdown, USF!
Hear the first 4 games of the season on 1250 before the Bulls graduate to 95.3 WDAE in October. News on 1250 WHNZ.
A Tampa man admitted he recorded a 30-year-old woman while she undressed in a Target changing room. 33-year-old Charles Schenk is accused of video voyeurism. The woman says she caught Schenk putting his phone under the bottom of the door.
It's very disturbing. Everybody should feel comfortable when they're in the store, no matter who they are. It's unfortunate that this woman was a victim of it. She quickly notified people and were able to take him into custody.
Eddie Durkin with Tampa Police says Schenk is a former youth minister. A Pensacola man will spend 10 years in prison for knowingly spreading HIV. 27-year-old Rasheen Bodiford was charged with 3 felony counts after lying about his condition to women that he had sex with. 2 pilot whales that beached themselves this week have been returned to the Gulf after several days of treatment by Clearwater Marine Aquarium. With Florida's News, I'm Chris Trenkman.
On westbound I-4, we slow from Pinota South Road into Forbes Road, where an accident blocks 2 left lanes. Then we slow from 22nd Street into 275. Watch for a crash westbound on Ulmerton, east of 58th Street, taking up the right turn lane. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson and Udrick Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line at 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by Positive Coaching Alliance. Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
Baseball season is in full swing.
Popcorn! Get your popcorn!
It's a good thing Matt secured his denture with Super Polygrip. Now he can enjoy the snacks as much as the game.
Hey, how are you? So great to see you.
It's that time of year when the family meets up.
Hi, come on. Get together, guys. Family photo.
It's a good thing Jack cleans his denture with Polydent so he can enjoy the whole day with confidence.
Polydent!
Today
we decided to walk to school. The light counted. 15, 41, 31, 13. We took a left on Carroll Street.
Danny's smart, but he gets distracted.
I realized
he forgot his homework. I hope he doesn't have another bad day at school.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. That's why there's Understood.org, a free resource for the parents of the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues. Go from misunderstanding to Understood.org. Brought to you by Understood and the Ad Council.
From the 1250 WHNZ Ruud Air Conditioning Weather Center. Rely on Ruud.
Your Tampa Bay area forecast, a 50% rain chance, high 91. Partly cloudy tonight, low 76. A 60% rain chance Friday, high 88. For more news, weather, and traffic, tune to WFLA at 94.5 in St. Pete, 105.9 in Tampa, or 99.1 in Newport Richey.
This report is brought to you by Unbound.org. Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice. Continue their dream of education or drop out to help their family put food on the table. You can help change their future in a single moment. See how far your support can go at Unbound.org.
Hi, it's Schmidt. I've joined with Robert Harwood of the Harwood Financial Group to bring you a different type of financial radio program. There's a lot of noise out there, but we cut through the clutter and bring you important information so you can navigate the tumultuous financial markets. Robert brings you relevant and timely information that your stockbroker might not be sharing with you. Fun, entertaining, relevant, and unpredictable. After all, it's me, Schmidt. Win at retirement. Right after the Schmidt Show, Monday through Friday, 6:06 p.m. on 1250 WHNZ.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by American Biotech Labs, your daily immune system support. Ridgecrest Herbals, take your health to a higher elevation. Ancient Nutrition, nutrition for a modern world. Reviva Labs, the natural skincare authority. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Okay, so here's the health question of the day. Nootropics as a class of compounds, they come in dietary supplement form, pharmaceutical form, and synthetic compounds. Are they intended to enhance your heart, Are they intended to enhance your brain, or are they intended to enhance physical performance? What are nootropics intended to do? Enhance your heart, your cardiovascular function, your cognitive function, or physical performance? It's an easy one. Here's the number to call.
877-897-8255. That's 877-897-TALK.
Years ago, well, not all that many, I had a guest on the show. I was telling Gary about him. His name is Dr. Paris Kidd. Last name spelled K-I-D-D. Paris is a friend and a colleague. And he was one of the nicest, I was telling Gary, one of the nicest people you ever want to meet. A very mild-mannered, soft-spoken fellow. Excellent researcher. Always on top of it, always showed up prepared. And he often would come on the show. He was an educator for different companies at different times. And but he had a special interest in enhancing brain function. And he's written a number of books and articles on brain enhancers. And you don't necessarily need to use pharmaceuticals. Randy from Cornelia, Georgia, called a bit ago, and he said he decided to go the more natural route. And there are things that you can take. You can walk into a health store and buy. I mentioned one, dimethylaminoethanol. It was a memory enhancer, a mood enhancer. I like the liquid form, put it under the tongue. It tastes a little funky, but it works. Another, what Paris talks about, and I'm giving him attribution, I have one of his articles here in front of me, where he's talking about clinically proven natural brain enhancers. And, if you're concerned about memory loss, if you tend to not as sharp as you would like your memory to be, not as focused as you would like it to be, there are things that you can take that will enhance and protect your brain as well. Paris is a big fan, and so am I, of DHA, docosahexaenoic acid, which is omega-3, a long-chain polyunsaturated fatty acid. DHA constitutes up to 10% of your brain's dry weight, which is fat. The brain has virtually none of the other omega-3 fatty acids, such as alpha-linoleic acid or eicosapentaenoic acid. So therefore, DHA, Paris says, is the premier omega-3 enhancer. The brain loves omega-3. Another compound that Paris likes a lot, and so do I, you can get in a health store, is phosphatidylserine, PS. It's probably one of the most not most, but it's one of the better documented compounds of brain nutrients. Phosphatidylserine will support your memory, your learning, your mood. It helps with coping with stress. It's also the only nutrient with 2 FDA-qualified health claims, which is rare for these kinds of compounds. Phosphatidylserine is a building block for your cell membranes. And I'm just telling you that it's good for your nerves circuit renewal. It helps build mitochondria, which make the ATP. It has any number of good effects on the brain. Another one that Paris likes, and so do I, is glycerophosphocholene, GPC, which will protect your brain. It's concentrated, you'll find it concentrated in breast milk, by the way. But GPC is a superior dietary source or form of choline, which is a vitamin-like nutrient that contributes to making the neurotransmitter acetylcholine, which supports numerous healthy functions in the body. GPC is excellent to take. You can get it in a health store. One more. And, well, let me take a call. We have somebody holding in Clearwater. George, welcome to the show. And he hung up on me.
No, I didn't.
Oh, no, you didn't.
I didn't hang up.
That was my fault. I pressed the wrong button.
Okay. I'm sorry, George. You wouldn't hang up on me, would you, man?
No way. You know me. I'm the softball player.
I know you are.
Yeah. Okay. You got.
Let me ask you. You're what? 80 what?
I'll be 89 on September 17th.
Let me ask you something. You don't have to answer if you don't want to.
Go ahead.
As you have aged, have you noticed any, is it more difficult to remember? Is it more difficult to focus? Or is it about the same for you?
Truthfully, it's about the same.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can do almost anything. I live by myself.
I was just you were reading my mind. I was gonna ask you, do you live alone?
Yes.
You do. Do you have pals?
I don't eat out in restaurants.
You don't eat out in restaurants?
I never did. My wife didn't like to eat in restaurants. You know, the salt and the sugar and everything. So, eat at home. You can control everything that you eat. You know.
You know, it's amazing. You're 89, and you're still you're so ambitious about your health. You've always been that way?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
It didn't start yet. I go way back to New York. I listened to Gary Knoll.
I know Gary Knoll. Yes, he was excellent. Gary Knoll is excellent.
He was on PBS when I lived in New York 60 years ago.
Cracks me up. You know, it's all relative, man. I mean, and it just seems like yesterday, doesn't it?
It's true. As a matter of fact, and you know something, I never feel my age.
You don't sound your age either, brother.
Sometimes I look in the mirror and I say, "Who the heck is that?"
Who the hell is that guy?
These guys I play ball with, some are 60 years old. You have to be 60 to play there. So actually, I have 4 children older than these guys I play ball with.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
You want to know something? They show me respect, and I'm an inspiration. Some of them tell me that they're inspired by me, actually.
I'm inspired by you. Are you kidding me? You don't even have to answer the question. You get the prize. I know you know the answer. You won.
Okay, buddy.
I love you. Thank you. No, it's
Should
better.
I hold on to give my address?
Yeah, you hold on. She'll get the info from you. We'll be back.
PGX is the most important. If you've ever tried to lose weight and failed, you need the tremendous support of PGX from Natural Factors. For more information on making your weight loss dream a near effortless reality, visit pgx.com.
Have you experienced the wisdom of nature with Zyflamend Whole Body from New Chapter? Zyflamend is a 10-herb blend that delivers 3 health benefits. First, Zyflamend is an herbal approach to pain relief, helping to soothe minor pain or soreness. Second, Zyflamend is a joint supplement with time-tested herbs to support joint function and flexibility. And the third benefit, Zyflamend supports the body's healthy inflammation response, something that's essential for maintaining whole body health. Zyflamend is New Chapter's clinically tested blend of 10 remarkable herbs, including pure and potent turmeric, ginger, and green tea. Zyflamend is non-GMO, project verified, gluten-free, and 100% vegetarian. New Chapter is a leader in supplement quality. Every ingredient, every product, every time. Discover Zyflamend, New Chapter's #1 selling multi-herbal. Zyflamend is made with ginger for occasional pain relief after exercise. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
The ever-increasing stress and toxicity we are exposed to from our environment, diets, and lifestyles make internal cleansing a necessary part of a good health regimen. Founded in 1980, Yerba Prima was the first company to launch a whole-body internal cleansing kit. Since that time, they have continued to develop and manufacture a complete range of all-natural, high-quality fiber and internal cleansing products. By using all-natural psyllium fiber and no harmful stimulant laxatives, all Yerba Prima fiber and internal cleansing products can be used over a long period of time to ensure optimal health and regularity. With nearly 30 years dedicated to all-natural cleansing products, it's easy to see why Yerba Prima is a leader in the fiber and cleansing products category. Learn more at yerbaprima.com, YERBAPRIMA.com, or visit your local health retailer. Yerba Prima, pioneer in internal cleansing products.
Have you been putting off a cleanse? They can be harsh and leave you chained to the toilet, making for an overall unpleasant experience. Rethink your cleanse with Fluorescence, a daily cleanse that helps safely and gently detoxify your body. Unlike other detoxes that can be hard on the body, Fluorescence supports your body's natural processes, helping it to work more efficiently than it could on its own. The truth is your body is really good at cleansing, but due to the number of toxins we're exposed to, it can use a little daily support. Inspired by traditional Obijue formula, Fluorescence is made with 8 herbs: burdock root, watercress, sheep sorrel herb, slippery elm, rhubarb root, kelp, blessed thistle, and red clover blossom. These herbs work together to support multiple elimination pathways, gently helping your body's detox systems do what they were made to do, only better. Forget harsh extreme cleanses and cleanse happy. Try Fluorescence for gentle daily cleansing that leaves you feeling rejuvenated. Find Fluorescence at your local health food store. For more information, visit florahealth.com.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take Solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all-natural ingredients, Solace is non-addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit TakeSolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace, for a good night's rest naturally.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Natural Factors, where great health begins. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. Celsius, live fit. Flora, 100 years of herbal wisdom. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Yeah, nootropics on the brain. That's the theme for this hour. That was a great call. That's George. He's 89 years old. He lives alone, and he plays softball. Now, you got to appreciate what he said. He said he plays on the softball team. In order to play on that team, you have to be at least 60 years old. Okay? So he's one of the older players, I suspect. And he said his children are his children are the age of some of the players that are on the softball team. And you just can't remember, you got to be 60 to be on the team. So, yeah. You know, I told you, I said, this is why we do the show. A caller such as Gary, such as George, puts into perspective what we're trying to do around here. You know, you listen to that man. He's 89. He lives by himself. He doesn't go out to eat. He probably could. He cooks. Why? He said because you can control the food better at home. And he plays softball. He said people respect him and tell him that he is inspiring. That's a nice way to live. And you know, sometimes it takes, somehow he's managed to figure out that you don't need to have some dramatic moment to realize how important your health is. And I asked him, have you always sort of been this way? Yes. You know, I've always sort of taken care of myself, and that's what you have to do. But it's never too late. It's never too late. You can always get some benefit from making the kind of changes that we talk about on the show, especially when it comes to your brain and your heart, your cardiovascular system, and your brain, and your digestive system. I spend a lot of time on those three general systems. Of course, then you have the endocrine system, and if you think about the show and you divide it up into certain themes, I get at it sooner or later. But a lot of time is spent on cardiovascular, digestive, and your brain and your cognitive functioning and so on. Because the quality of life is so much affected by how well those systems are working. And today, it just worked out that we put some time focusing on the brain. And beyond the pharmaceuticals that you can buy, some of which I have alluded to, you can go into a health store and buy any number of certain compounds. The B vitamins are excellent for brain function. Okay? Your omega-3 fatty acids, excellent for brain function. Ginkgo biloba, been around forever, good for memory. And there have been studies to support that. Another compound, phosphatidylserine, that I was mentioning, Paris Kidd is a big fan. He wrote a whole book on phosphatidylserine, PS. You'll find that, for example, in some of these formulations, like this one here, Neuro Optimizer by Jaro Formulas. Let me see if they have phosphatidylcholine in here, and they have phosphatidylserine. This Neuro Optimizer product is very good. It's excellent. What else? Acetyl L-carnitine. Let me see if they have that in here. Yes, they do. Acetyl L-carnitine is in the Neuro Optimizer. Acetyl L-carnitine is very good for brain function. That acetyl L-carnitine is different than L-carnitine. L-carnitine is a fat transporter. That's good for energy and so on. Acetyl L-carnitine is good for the brain. Has a different effect. So, Herpesine A, it's derived from a herb club moss found in China, and very good for brain function. Been around a long time. Coenzyme Q10, good for the heart and good for the brain. Turns out that some of the compounds that are good for cardiovascular system are also good for your cognitive your brain, and your cognitive functioning. What else can I tell you? The books. Go on Amazon. You'll find, if you type in nootropics, let's do that. Let's just do it organically. Amazon, I'm at Amazon. I will type in nootropics. Let's see what comes up. Let's do this live. All right, nootropics. Okay, Brain Booster comes up. I'm looking at the different products here. There's all kinds of different products. Let's type in nootropics books. See what comes up. And you'll get, the Better Brain book. There's a book called Nootropics, Unlocking Your True Potential with Smart Drugs. I've seen that book. The one book that I mentioned It's only $8 on Amazon in paperback. The Everything Guide to Nootropics. Boost your brain function with smart drugs and memory supplements. That book is very basic but very good. Can't go wrong. Jean Carper's book, Your Miracle Brain. She's a good writer. All sorts. Smart Drugs, The Truth About Nootropics. Another good book. And you'll find these books on Amazon, easy to find. Nootropics and Smart Drugs, another book. Many of them have similar titles. Nootropics, a Beginner's Guide. There's much to learn. Now, if you decide to do pharmaceuticals, you should talk with your physician. Absolutely. You got to be careful what you're doing here. After all, it is your brain. So I just want, and caffeine, by the way, I would put it in that category. Caffeine functions like a nootropic. It enhances cognitive functioning up to a point, right? So, you learn anything today?
Yes, I did. Both of us did. We've been chatting back and forth about it. Especially as you get older. Being 45, it's something I really need to start looking into. Because, you forget your keys. And what does your mom say, Doc?
Where you left them.
Right.
Thanks, Mom. Big help. Yeah. I'm a fan. We're always available. You can always write to us, call us, and if you have questions and comments as a follow-up. Get your brain smart. You are smart. Your health is your wealth.
Everyone's raving about the newest botanical superstar hitting the store shelves